Greetings, my fellow Freedom Low Sovereign Thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to LL3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the beautiful swampy Maryland of South Florida, and today's date is Sunday, February 7th, 2021. Expect some of you folks get this published the next day, so Eastern time, of course. But I'm just did my thing, listened to some music, chatting with some folks. Had a person I had a discussion with on my podcast. He sees me out in the back, sees me in the same spot all the time, so we hit it up really well. And we had a good discussion, and gave him my link. Always observe responsibly. So, like I said, I don't have all the answers, but I always try to lay down my viewpoints with merit to the best of my ability. Always been the human element. Yeah, so of course everyone's been watching the Super Bowl in there, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat Kansas City Chiefs 38-9, and I was never too fond of the advertising with their Marxist communist fist ads and all that, and fight systemic racism, so forth. And the NFL is donating a lot of money to the cause, which is very communistic. Okay, like I said in the past, the communist fist is equivalent to the neo-Nazis doing the Caesar salute. And I have no shame of addressing that. It's like both sides from two wings from the same vulture. Trust the government, trust the plan. That's what it is. However, the tough loss for Kansas City. I was like listening to some tunes on my headphones and doing a little homework at the same time. I didn't know Last Crack did a reunion, have a new album. The latest album came out in 2019, and I loved them many years ago during the whole Sinister Funk House 17 and their second album, Burning Time. And I know Butto left. There's a couple albums I'm like, and it looks like they got back together. Drummer they had in the past died at 44. May his soul be forever free. I don't have his name on top of my head. But he was a very good man and a very talented musician. And I know he will be happy, very proud to see the band get together and do music. So that's pretty cool. So I heard a couple of songs. I'm like, yeah, nice. It's nice. I don't expect, I don't have high expectations for these reunions, but they do their thing, and it's cool. So, and Butler can still hit those, can still belt them. Great front man, very philosophical and spiritual too. So they have the tour. Check them out. That'll be very nice, and I would love to see him down here. It's been a long time. Last time I seen him was in 1991 with Armored Saint. I seen him twice that year. Armored Saint. They came down with Armored Saint and the Rothschild America. So that was a very cool show. I still had a good time. Three different bands, which is pretty neat. Three different styles of music in that hard rock metal realm. So, but I will say this about the Kansas City fans. They stuck it out. They didn't walk out crying. Many of them applauded, and the team, the players, wave back as a thank you. That's very admirable. So those are the areas I commend, okay? If you appreciate your fans and thank them for supporting you, that's what counts. So those are the things I like. So, but the whole Marxist propaganda, yeah, I'm going to call it out as I see it. But, as long as you thank your fans, that's cool. So I'm always token of appreciation. But so it was like, enough of the hype and hoopla, and I was just like just kicking back here along the river. Good day, mate. On the new river, just chilling. Sunday night, so people still up and about. But I might be heading back up to the mountain state anytime soon. Getting a little bored. Try to get some work and all that, but hey, I think I got a little bit turned off. But I'm not angry, just like disappointed, but I got a lot of work to do on my property, and that's what counts. So yes, I have a place to go. However, I'm going to talk about the impeachment because people still, the cults, the Trump worshipers, like he does no wrong, but the haters are just as venomous, poisonous. And there's a lot of them out there. I don't care. The bill of attainder don't count. I hate that man. And you know what? That doesn't fly. So I'm going to be talking about something here, which Chris Sanhall wrote. And this is the Precedent for After Office Impeachment. Chris Sanhall and JD. As it reads here, on March 23rd, 1775, Patrick Henry gave a famous speech. In that speech, he said, For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it. The facts I'm going to provide may cause anguish to some. However, if you will follow me all the way to the end, I will show you that the knowledge of this precedent as preparation and instruction could cause as much good as distress. The impeachment is a provision within the Constitution the drafters and those who ratify the Constitution gave us as means not only dismiss those from office who have violated their solemn trust, but also ensure those impeached could never hold office again, and therefore hold the opportunity to violate that trust again. Impeachment is found in several sections of the Constitution. Article 1, Section 2, Clause 5, Article 1, Section 3, Clauses 6 and 7, Article 2, Section 4, Article 3, Section 1, each section to the other, the proper meaning, purpose, and application of the power of impeachment. Impeachment is criminal, not political process. Impeachment begins when members of the House of Representatives draw up an article or articles of impeachment in which these members allege that the president, vice president, or any civil officer of the United States has committed a crime. Article 2, Section 4 outlines the specific terms for a constitutionally authorized impeachment. Every article of impeachment must find its origin in the conditions of the Constitution as outlined in Article 2, Section 4. Article 2, Section 4 reads, the President, Vice President, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. The standard for impeachment is criminal, not political. The only relevant question is, did a person in the trust of a federal office violate that trust by committing an actual crime? Alexander Hamilton in Federalist 65 gives us a bold warning of what will go wrong when impeachment is used for political punishments instead of strictly holding to the criminal terms of impeachment outlined in Article 2, Section 4. In many cases, it will connect itself with the pre-existing factions, and will enlist all their animosities, partialities, influence, and interest on one side or on the other, and in such cases there will always be the greatest danger. The decision will be regulated more by comparative strength of the parties than by the real demonstrations of innocence or guilt. That's from Federalist Paper 65, if I'm correct. I read it before a long time ago. Verify it, read that, folks. And 84 also, that was done by Mr. Hamilton. When the House votes and ratifies an articles of impeachment, that articles become a criminal charging document, When that criminal charging document is delivered to the Senate, the next stage of the impeachment begins. The trial by the Senate. To reinforce the judicial nature of this process, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court presides over this Senate trial. So he's considered the referee, the mediator. Senators are expected to review the articles of impeachment, conduct an evidentiary trial, and then judge the impeachment based upon due process and criminal legal standards. For the Senate to conduct a trial based upon political bias rather than evidence and due process and makes a mockery of the process impeachment and transmute America into a banana republic. We're seeing the first impeachment hearing trials as well. Okay, it's just been a big dog and pony show, in my personal view, because it was both done by bill of attainder, and due process has been disparaged. And I don't care if you hate the person's guts. If you let this go, anyone else that you support can be next. Okay, that's what you gotta contemplate on. Precedent for all after office impeachment. All civil officers phrase in Article 2, Section 4 is a catch that includes everyone who currently works for the federal government as an elected or appointed officer who has worked for the federal government in that past. Some may argue that once a person leaves federal employment, the option for impeachment is no longer viable. However, the precedent of impeachment tells us otherwise, and a view of history can help us understand why. William Belknap served as a Secretary of War under Ulysses S. Grant from October 25, 1869 to March 2, 1876. Wow. Secretary of War Belknap's extravagant lifestyle came into question. You see, Belknap only made $8,000 a year, but was known for his extravagant lifestyle and expensive parties. Congress launched an investigation into his finances and found corruption that extended back to 1870. According to Senate records, in 1870, Belknap's luxury-loving first wife assisted a wheeler-dealer named Caleb Marsh by getting her husband to select one of Marsh's associates to operate the lucrative military trading post at Fort Sill in Indian Territory. Marsh's promise of generous kickbacks prompted Secretary Belknap to make the appointment. Over the next 5 years, the associate funneled thousands of dollars to Marsh, who provided Belknap regular quarterly payments totaling over $20,000. Some of these accusations against Belknap included indirectly selling weapons to France and for accepting illicit kickbacks in exchange for making political appointments, gun running, kickbacks, political deals for financial gain. Isn't that exactly what evidence strongly suggests Hillary Clinton is or was involved in? According to Senate records, on March 2nd, 1876, just minutes before the House of Representatives was scheduled to vote on articles of impeachment, Belknap raced to the White House, handed Grant his resignation, and burst into tears. Belknap's resignation did not stop his impeachment. Later that day, members voted unanimously to send the Senate 5 articles of impeachment. What was Congress's chief accusation against Belknap? Criminally disregarding his duty as Secretary of War and basely prostituting his high office to his lust for private gain. Testing the precedent. Precedent is often established in error. Whether precedent is legally or historically correct doesn't stop the modern system from asserting it. It has authority, and knowing that precedent is essential in creating an argument for or against it. The precedent of Belknap has yet to have been tested. So in the legal world, that makes it controlling. But if modern politicians try to use the Belknap precedent to attack someone for political vengeance, they may end up getting more than they bargained for. Okay, and we're seeing it right now as we speak, okay? And I will continue on here. For example, Hillary Clinton was accused of a very serious federal crime, although the Department of Justice decided not to criminally prosecute her for that crime. Under the Belknap precedent, there would be nothing to stop Hillary from coming under the prosecution of impeachment. In today's Congress, or any Congress in the future, causing her to lose her pension and to be blocked from running for federal office again. Do not forget, the Department of Justice disclosed very damning criminal evidence against Eric Holder in the Fast and Furious scandal. Under this precedent, Eric Holder could also be impeached. The character of Belknap can be seen in numerous modern politicians. If members of this Congress choose to test the Belknap precedent, how many of them could find themselves on the impeachment chopping block in the future? With this knowledge in hand, while civil officers in Congress are throwing around the threat of impeachment, there is no excuse as to why James Comey, Eric Holder, Lois Lerner, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and yes, several Supreme Court justices ought not to be impeached even today. That there is a precedent to allow impeachment after office for the president, vice president, and every civil officer. The question remains, do those with the power to impeach really want to open that Pandora's box only to find themselves consumed when the change in political winds come, because all the history dictates they will come. This is why you do things in good faith and on principle. Nothing more. Or nothing less. You go by the book. That's why these two impeachment trials were fast-tracked by the House of Representatives. It doesn't matter if you love Mr. Donald Trump or not. It's irrelevant. And of course, all the sites for the mainstream garbage media are climaxing to the core. I think it's a slam dunk case. It's not. Witch hunting's a road to blowback. It's cowardly. Period. And all the people that support this are have those same attributes as the ones they worship or defend. Part of the problem, not the solution. Too many these political parties are just not more than Mickey Mouse clubs. Anyone want to prove me wrong? Bring it. Most of them don't have any merit. Chris Ann and J.D. Hall were right. All right, I'm going to do one more here. This is real short. From the Unsung Heroes Project to pay homage to Black History Month. This is about Eleanor Eldridge, the Rhode Island entrepreneur. Eleanor Eldridge was a successful business owner. Her father, Robin, had gained his freedom by serving in the Continental Army, and she operated a domestic services business in Providence, Rhode Island, cleaning, sewing, and cooking. She began acquiring the properties with the money she earned. When she was defrauded by a lender and local sheriff, a white abolitionist, Harriet Whipple Green, came to her defense. Green helped her to raise money and fight in court and regain her property. Harriet Whipple Green published Eleanor Eldridge's memoirs, where she told her story and sold the book to raise funds. Eldridge filed her suit and forced the lender and sheriff to surrender. She regained her property and continued to prosper as an industrious businesswoman in Rhode Island. It was brief, but you know what? It was beautiful. That's right. They had their bigotry, racism, discrimination, even in Rhode Island. But people support her on principle, and that's what counts. I like this stuff, so it's pretty damn cool, I would say. And hey, this is why, like I said before, it wasn't white rich men that create this country. They don't let the commies tell you any different. And that would be it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, or interesting you want to check out, whatever you do, please send your correspondence to Quorum. Furthermore, I'll leave the footnotes of these articles on my speaker page. And if you want to contact me, you can hit me at LokiLuckNumbers03@protonmail.com. Or if you want to donate, hit me at paypal.me or cash.app/LokiLuckNumber3. And both are running. So, if you want to send me $1 here, $2 there, that'll be fine. Okay? And if you want to donate money to Chris and JD Hall from these particular sites, that will be a plus. All right, so once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that the demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.